Your first fighter out of the blue corner, 5'11" tall, looking to get their first win in the cage. Please welcome out of Shell Shock Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Make some noise for Alex Lockley.
The man they call Lockdown Lockley, fighting out of that John Shell Shock Jiu-Jitsu program. You will see Josh Short Stack Robinson in the corner of this guy. You'll probably see Samantha Seff out there in the corner. He's got a good team around him, but for some reason, so far in kickboxing, he has been unable to make it happen. He was last seen here at Fight For It when he was knocked out cold by Tad Collins. His body, especially his upper body, his muscular structure, looks completely different than it did in that fight. You know, this is a guy who's competed in jiu-jitsu. He's done very well in jiu-jitsu, but for some reason, he's taken a liking to this kickboxing and really, really loves competing in it, and he's looking to get that first win tonight.
Again, you're seeing that same switch up, very similar to your team with Elevate, where, hey, we're jiu-jitsu people, but we're starting to dive into this striking stuff, and we like it, and we're getting better. And you have to give them that. They are getting better. The only thing they have to watch out for is maybe taking on tough opponents too fast, too soon. But so I think this is a good reset right here. You're fighting a guy who has not had a fight here. I did talk to the opponent. He's got a background in some wrestling. He's thinking about going into MMA. He does come from the 8-point Muay Thai lineage, but that doesn't make him Chris Klopfelter. It makes him his own man. He's got to come out and perform. And I asked him, I said, you know anything about your opponent? He said, no, I don't even care. I perform inside of the cage. And so he's going to come out and let it all hang out.
Alex Lockley rocking. Speaking of letting it all hang out, he's got that Michael Chiesa white guy mullet. You love to see it.
An opponent fighting out of the red corner, standing 6 feet tall, fighting out of Conquer Martial Arts out of the red corner. Please welcome Anthony Campbell.
What up?
Hey, look, if you gotta get a beard to get your black belt from John, then I don't want it. You gotta have
every major player at Shell Shock Jiu-Jitsu's got an immaculate beard. It's one of the reasons why I feel like I fit right in if I fly over there for an open match. Anthony Campbell, this is a guy I've heard a lot about from a friend of mine, Daruba. Daruba, if you're watching, shout outs to you, man. I wish you could have been here. But these Conquer guys, they've hooked up with the right people, and like I said, they've been working out at Matrix MMA. That's Coach Justin over there in the corner. You can see a lot of his stuff on Instagram of him hitting pads with these guys. And yeah, Anthony, he's a guy with a lot of power, and in his previous 2 fights, he even looked a little technical. Not just power, but speed and technicality as well. I'm really interested to see what Alex Lockley looks like, because we didn't get to see much of him against Tad Collins.
Right.
It was kind of over before he really got started. But traditionally, he has been a slow starter. And I know that if you try to start slow against a guy like Anthony, he'll flatline you too.
Like I said, this is a good reset. You come out with a new mind, a new strategy, a new game. It's a new day.
Now, in theory, Lockley should be the slightly quicker fighter, but you never know with these guys. Some of them are just so athletic.
There's that leg kick, and I told you, Conquer's going to bring, they're going to come bring that leg kick. Ooh, Lockley's got good hands.
He is throwing way more combinations, no more of this 1-2 shot, which I saw from him a lot in previous fights. Nice. Leg kicks. Josh Robinson calling for settle, and I like that, but you don't want to settle too much because Anthony's pressing forward, and the only thing that's been dissuading him so far are these shots from Alex Lockley. Nice body kick exchange. Both guys, man, they're landing hard on each other.
Exactly. Told you he was going to see leg kicks out of Conquer, and there we have it. They are letting the leg kicks go. He's got to move his head offline or he's going to get clipped.
Lockley's landing pretty clean up top, but he's getting his legs chewed up so far. Not checking these legs at all.
But Campbell's resetting back to the same position. So as long as Lockley can take those kicks, he can let his hands go just the way he's doing right now.
Not a ton of mustard on these shots for Alex Lockley. He's throwing them pretty soft, trying to retain energy. That one's hard.
Good hook in return from Campbell. That leg kick's taking effect now.
Yeah, they're starting to.
He's starting to break them.
Big kick across the body there for Campbell. Campbell's starting
He's
to
going to come from the outside.
Now Campbell's finding a lot of success below the guard.
Yes.
Alex Lockley's got to adjust.
let's not forget the output for these super heavyweights. This is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. The pace so far has been, you know, high enough to a point where I don't think we could see a third round like this anyway.
Yes.
If we do see a third round, it's likely to be one of the most boring ones you've ever seen.
I think if we get a knockdown here, it's going to be Lockley with the hands and Campbell with the kicks.
Now, I will say, you know, Lockley, Campbell's keeping Campbell's keeping the guard really high, but Lockley's finding his way through anyway. Now the clinch. We know Donnie Jessup likes to break that clinch up early. He's looking at it nice
Good
and
knee
close.
from Campbell. Wow, good pace.
Lockley looking very improved from his last outing against Tad Collins, and even, you know, significantly more improved than that last time I saw him before that, which was way before COVID. So a lot of time in the gym paying off for him. And Anthony Campbell, you know, he landed some insane numbers as far as his leg kicks go. I mean, for a super heavyweight to put that many leg kicks on a guy in 2 minutes, pretty impressive.
Lockley did a fine job, but he can't be dissuaded. He gave up the last part of that round, but that doesn't mean that he's out of the fight.
I don't know if he gave up that last round either. I mean, I think that's a pretty close round.
The last 30 seconds or so. He
Yeah.
got pushed back a little bit and seemed to be doing a little less of what he had done earlier. And now in the corner, he looks fatigued, a little confused about what's going on. Dude, get it back. You were winning that round. Let the hands go. Yeah, of course, I'm biased. I love hands.
I think both of these guys have had a little bit of energy sapped from them.
I don't know if Campbell could keep taking the punches from Lockley. That's why I would love to see Lockley go back to the hands.
I haven't really seen the punches really affect Campbell at all. They've definitely slowed him down and stopped him from coming in as hard, but he hasn't appeared to be rocked or significantly hurt by anything so far. And, you know, when these super heavyweight guys come in and they look like this, you just immediately think like the body shot's going to matter a lot. And we're seeing the corner of Campbell.
You know the hands are working because every time Lockley loads up, look at his reaction. Look at his body language. It's not about just getting hit. He's anticipating getting hit by the hands. That's why he's keeping it tight. That's why he's working the punch. It's reaction to the hands to tell you that the hands are important.
This is great cornering from Concord because they were like, we need you to just get close and throw knees. And that's what he's done so far.
Right. And Lockley's got to, see?
Big shot from Lockley there.
He's got to let his hands go. See, no space. Listen to that language.
Crowding him, yeah.
Yeah, they know that the hands are good.
This cage wall right in front of us being tested now.
Lockley's got to fight his own fight.
He's got to keep him back.
Don't worry about their knees. Throw your own knees and then separate and throw your hands.
Yeah, Lockley is just seemingly getting a little tired here. He's not keeping him at bay. He's just allowing Campbell to walk in.
In 1997, there was a team called Team Lennox in Virginia, and this was their strategy. They punched you to the cage and throw tons of knees and knees and knees.
Yeah, these knees are chewing up the body of Alex Lockley and really exhausting him. And this kind of fight, I don't know, this pace cannot be kept up. Finally, Lockley is landing some shots. He's got to land some more if he's going to stop Campbell from coming in on him like this. He's so tired. He is very, very tired now.
Lockley's at that point where you stop trying to be Muay Thai, just throw your hands, knock this guy out.
But does he have the energy to throw that hard anymore?
Not at this point. You're going to keep getting abused. He has the instincts now. Campbell throwing his own hands.
Close opening round followed by a not-so-close second round.
Yes, it was obvious in that one.
You know, best case scenario, it's 1-1, but it could possibly be 2-0 for that Lockley corner.
Lockley's got to manage that range and let the hands go and then angle out. Don't worry about taking big steps. Don't become John Jones. Don't dance the whole ring. Let his hands go. Find his range, let his hands go, and hurt this guy because he was able to do it. And then on the counter, just Lockley's got to move his head offline, hit, counter, reset. And he'll be fine. At this point, it's boxing versus Muay Thai. Lockley needs to go to the boxing and just let his hands go because they were effective. I think sometimes we look for the big stumbles to mean effective. We look for the other guy to be hurt.
Yeah.
I'll look for the response. If the guy is responding to it and he's starting to change up, I must have been doing something right, even though I don't look like Mike Tyson. just watch the range distance, the range establishment here. Lockley's going to give it up, and that's what his problem is. He gives up that range. He lets the guy get all the way in on him, or he stays too far outside. Locking the door.
Here we go, fight!
Last round between Lockley and Campbell. Big shots now from Campbell. Now Campbell's really pouring it on. He knows that Lockley's tired, and he's looking to finish. Clinch work from Donnie Jessup being allowed here. The strikes are clean. Alex is looking to land anything he can to try to get back in this fight.
Again, I have nothing to say because he's not fixing that range. He's allowing Campbell to walk straight in and do whatever Campbell wants to do. And there's only so much punching backwards you can do that's going to have where you're going to have maximum effect. It's just not going to work out for him.
Big shot from Campbell along the cage wall.
Campbell throwing his own hands in conjunction with the knees.
Right here in front of us now.
And this is where Lockley throws his own knees too to offset his knees to get back to his hands.
There's not been a lot of kicks or knees from Lockley in general. It's been mostly all hands.
Good cross.
That's what he needs.
He's got power.
Yeah, he certainly does.
His setups are what need to change, but he's got power. Yes, look at that shot. He barely moved his wrist and it dug into his body that way. And let's not forget to talk about durability. Both of these big men are pretty durable. But I gotta say, if Lockley took all of those knees and is still not dead, dude, separate and fight. You took all those knees at this guy's apex and you're still here? Man, buckle down and fight.
Very kind of a hard round to judge because now you're seeing Alex kind of pushing back.
You still give it to Campbell because he did more of the Muay Thai.
Yeah.
He did more to win the fight. Although Lockley was durable and did some good stuff, he just didn't do enough of it. That was actually outstanding. I like the fact that Campbell was able to make the adjustment in round 2, figure some things out, and then come in with the clinch.
Quite a high pace from two super heavyweights.
Your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Anthony Campbell.
Judges,
damn good fight between these two
on
super
point
heavyweights.
so far tonight.
Good
In
job,
my
gentlemen.
opinion, they have yet
Nice
to get
job,
one out.
Alex Lockley, also.
Alex Lockley going down to 0-3 in the kickboxing cage, but certainly looked a lot better on that outing than we've seen him ever before. He just continues to get better, but Anthony Campbell is a name to look out for here in the super heavyweight scene in North Carolina, it looks like.
I think he likes the spotlight. I think he likes being the center of attention, which is a good thing.